Hey, welcome back. Got a real short announcement today. Cooking with bourbon. Have you ever thought about that? Have you used it in recipes? And I know generally when I cook with alcohol, I don't use an expensive alcohol, or I use like a cooking wine or a cheap Trader Joe $2 chuck or something, like that. But I have an idea and I'm going to explain it to you right after this. All right, so my idea is to use two different types of bourbons, and I'm going to make a maple bourbon glaze. I found a recipe I want to try. I have a Traeger smoker grill, and I'm going to get some chicken wings. And the reason I'm going to use two different types of bourbons, and one of the reasons I don't typically use any type of good alcohol in cooking, is because the alcohol cooks out and it changes the structure of whatever you're cooking with anyway. And basically you're just getting an essence of a flavor. The difference with this one is there's no heat applied to the maple bourbon glaze. It's pretty much bourbon, maple syrup, and a few other minor seasonings in it. And then you use it as a glaze. Now, when I brush it on while it's on the cooker, of course that's going to cook, but I'm going to reserve some back to once I bring them off the cooker and they cool down just a little bit, I'm going to toss them in the regular glaze, which is going to have full octane bourbon in it. And the two bourbons I'm going to use for that are going to be Woodford Reserve and Bird Dog. Bird Dog is a decent bourbon, but not a lot of complexity to it. It's not overly sweet. It's just a very short-noted bourbon. And it's also relatively inexpensive to purchase. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, on the other hand, is I won't call it a highly complex, but I'm not going to use, I'm not going to spend that much money on this sauce. But Woodford Reserve Double Oaked is typically a plus $50 bourbon, depending on where you're from. It has a lot more complexity, has sweeter notes to it, I believe, more caramelly notes to it. So I'm going to use it against Bird Dog. And what I'll do is I'll have the wings sitting here, and I'll have that they have been marinated or glazed on the cooker, but then I'm going to toss them in additional glaze, and I will have some of just the regular glaze sitting here, and I'm going to pour the bourbons that go with them. Then we're going to see, is there any difference at all? Was it worth it at all? But I'm going to be bringing that to you this weekend. Like I said, just going to keep this real short. As always, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss it when I post the bourbon glaze video.